All rise.
Has the Deputy Registrar going to call the witness?
Good afternoon, Mr. Witness. Welcome back.
Good afternoon.
You may kindly take your seat.
Thank you.
Mr. Witness, for continuation of your testimony before this commission of inquiry, may I remind you, before I hand you over to Madam Chair, that you are still under oath for continuation of your testimony.
Thank you. Thank you.
Madam Chair, I hand over the witness to you.
Mr. Jallow, good afternoon.
Afternoon, ma.
Yes, you're welcome back.
Thank you.
All right. So, can we proceed, Counsel?
Yes, thank you very much. You're welcome back, Mr. Jallow.
Thank you, Counsel.
Let me ask that you be given the 2019 National Audit Report of the Brikama Area Council.
They have given to Moduboy. Okay, that's where.
I have two, excuse me, I have two reports here. One is, but they all dated 18 September 2019.
You have the financial statement and audit report for the year ended 31st December 2019. Do you see that? Is that given to you?
No, that's the statement. These are the two reports.
Can I have the reports that we, yes, but you can keep the bank statement. So can we, Counsel, sorry, let me just, were you able to check the last questions that we dealt with before we went for lunch break?
Yeah,
On the issue of the payments.
yes, I think I came to note, realize that there was actually a separate account for the land transfer, because
so note that so that you can get the acting, whether it's the CEO or whatever, to get us the statement of the land transfer.
of that account.
Yes.
Of the land transfer.
Yes. Up to date, up to January 20, from 2018 to January 2023. Do you have the 2019 report with you there?
No, I don't.
Yes. Can you give him this? So it is correct that the statement of EcoBank, which is the main account,
Yes.
the transfers were not being paid into that main account, correct?
They were paid. I have seen some.
Some, but not everything that has been paid.
Unless
because bulk of the money is being paid into that special account, right?
Yes, unless and until we have a statement of that special account, then we will be able to reconcile. Yes, we will be able.
Let me have the statement for the time being.
Okay.
Until when we get that other statement.
Okay.
Thank you. Council, you may proceed.
Thank you very much. Now, Mr. Jallow, you're with me regarding the 2019 audit report?
Yes, please.
To start with, how many bank accounts did you keep in 2018, 2019 for the area council?
I can't recall exactly, but
you had an FI bank account?
Yes, we had. We had FIB, we had Guaranteed Trust, Ajib, Access.
You had Trust Bank?
Access Trust Bank, yes.
Eco Bank?
Eco Bank. And
Trust Bank you have?
First International Bank.
First International Bank, yes. So
yes.
Let's start. You have First International Bank, right?
Yes, a Trust Bank.
You have Trust Bank?
Yes, we have Eco Bank.
You have 2 Trust Banks?
Yes, 2 Trust Bank accounts.
1 Eco Bank?
Yes, 1 Eco Bank.
1 Access Bank?
Yes, please.
Ajib Bank?
Yes, please.
And Guaranteed Trust Bank?
Yes, please.
And Zenith?
Yes, please.
So you have 8 accounts?
Yes.
In 6 banks?
Yeah.
Why was there the need to have 8 accounts?
Well, when I was coming in, I found all these accounts in place. And I can recall at one point there was an audit query,
yes,
which requested us to reduce the bank accounts.
Yes.
For the simple reason that, it was accruing at the expense of the council interests which were unnecessary.
Yes.
And I agreed.
So did you reduce the accounts?
Yes, we did. We did.
When was that?
I think 2018.
2018?
Yeah, I think should be in 2018.
This in 2019. We are dealing with 2019 audit report.
Well, I can't recall all the bank, but I do know that, we
These
had...
findings are for the period 2019.
Yes, this is for 2019.
Yes.
Yes. I really don't know whether this was after the reduction of the bank accounts.
Yes.
Maybe it was more than this.
Maybe it was more than this.
Yes, but I can fully remember that we had this request to.
Do you need time to tell us how many accounts you have in 2018?
2018? No, I can't
Do
recall.
you need time to tell us?
Yes.
How many accounts you have in 2018?
Yes, please.
Please note that. Now, what is the purpose of all these accounts? 8 accounts. What do they seek to serve?
Well, they serve as savings for the council.
They're all savings for council?
Yes.
Which of the accounts do you use as your revenue account, your revenue generating account? Or it does not matter? Revenue collectors can pay in any account?
Yes.
Do you think that is advisable?
Yes, you can pay into any account, but EcoBank is the most famous one.
Most famous one.
Yes.
Is it not the case that the requirement is to have a revenue account? No.
A revenue account.
Yeah, you should have a revenue account.
Yes.
You have an account designated just for the revenue you generate.
We didn't have the separation at that time.
Why was that?
Yes, because that was the normal procedure.
So monies that come in to various accounts, how can they be accounted for?
They just go into the account.
Yeah, but how can they be accounted for? Now you have problems with the revenue collectors not depositing these monies into the accounts. And then when they come, they tell you that they will deposit sometimes in EcoBank, other times in trust bank, and so on and so forth. How can one really trace the revenue generated in a particular year when you don't bank everything into one account?
Well, it's difficult to determine.
It's difficult to determine.
Yes, of course. It's difficult.
Right. Now, financial year for 2019, you had one?
Financial year?
For 2019. You can go to page 7. Was there any statement for 2019?
Financial statement, no.
Yes.
No.
You don't?
No.
Now,
I can't remember.
on page 7, you will see that there was an advance opinion by the Auditor General in the report. Have you seen that? Where it states or reads, are we together?
Yes, we are.
That we have audited the financial statements of Brikama Area Council, which comprise the balance sheet as at December 31st, 2019, and the revenue and expenditure statement and notes to the financial statements. In our opinion, because of the significance of the matter discussed in the basis of adverse opinion, sections of our report, the accompanying financial statements do not present fairly financial positions as at December 31st, 2019, and of its performance for the year then ended 2019, in accordance with the Local Government Act 2002. And the base of the opinion, you see that, for number one, that the general ledger accounts presented had no names. We could not therefore trace it to the trial balance. You have issues of misclassification, expenditure amounting to $15,380,000, representing recurrent but were wrongly classified as capital expenditure.
Yeah, of course.
Do you see that?
Yeah, I do.
You have the third issue, unpresented deposit slips. There was an amount of $44,029,746.76 bututs were posted to the cash book, but the evidence of the deposit was not presented for our review. This is in 2019.
Yeah.
What do you have to say to that?
I can fully recall, but I don't know how this thing happened, because all the slips that received from the bank, pass through the cashier's office and of course the finance department. So I don't know how they must have lost.
That would not be correct. What is the process?
The process of what?
Of monies that are deposited into the bank. What do you do as CEO to make sure all these monies are accounted for?
When they pay to the bank, they bring both their cash book.
Yes.
Their cash book and the bank slip.
Yes.
To my office for verification.
Correct.
All right.
Yes.
I check on the cash book and of course initial or sign on the cash book.
Yes.
And of course on the bank slip.
Yes.
All that I do is to make sure that the cash book, what is on the cash book is actually what is deposited.
Yes.
Now from there, that's the time that they proceed to the accounts department.
Correct.
For further receipting.
But this you don't do. That is the issue.
Yes, I don't know how they got these slips lost. I don't know, because definitely the slips were there.
No, Mr. Jallow, you don't do this. You don't cross-check to see whether these monies are in fact deposited or not.
Yeah, but they were already deposited.
We have interviewed several witnesses here, revenue collectors, for example, and when you will see in their cash books, they will record a certain transaction.
Okay.
But there will not be an evidence with respect to it being deposited into the bank. Do you see that? Do you know that?
Well, I don't know. Anything that comes before me, we'll have to accompany.
If you follow the commission, you will know that that's one problem that has really been prevailing.
Yeah, if it happens, then not to my knowledge.
How can it not be to your knowledge?
Well, it is the ones that come to my office that I am aware of.
Everything has to come to your office.
Yeah, that is correct. That is correct.
You either know, or you are in a position to know.
Yes, of course.
That is the power that you have as CEO.
Yes.
Things can be done, of course, on the ground. We know you may have staffs that are very much fraudulent in nature. They may try to do certain things behind your back.
Of course, very well, very well.
Then you may not know.
Yes, very well.
But if you follow your mandate You have ways and means of knowing.
Yeah, I think I was doing as much as possible, but sometimes some of these things may escape you.
It says, page 57, section 806 of the financial manual.
Page
806, page 57 of the financial manual. Financial manual.
Oh, okay, all right. Okay.
It says, let me read for you.
Yeah.
That deposits are the amounts received by the council for repayments at a later date. Example, rents paid by the tenants, so on and so forth. Deposits are under the direct control of the CEO or other responsible officers delegated by him. Deposits shall not be accepted unless thoroughly justified and mandatory. In particular, money may not be received from members of the public or employees merely for safe custody. So there are so many, and the law also tells you about revenue collectors having to also deposit monies that they generate as a result of their collections to the bank as well. Do you understand?
Yeah, I do.
So that there has to be correct documentation to
Very
show
well.
that money is received on behalf of council is deposited.
That's correct. That's correct.
But the amount is too much. It's $44 million plus.
Well,
that cannot be accounted for.
Well, it came to my surprise. Even when I got the report, I could not understand how this could how these receipts. For me, I am taking it that the receipts have disappeared one way or the other.
Why will they disappear?
That I cannot definitely. I cannot.
Do you have to keep this receipt for about, is it 5 or 7 years?
Pardon, excuse me.
These receipts must be kept for a certain period of time. That's what the law says. Is it 5 or 7 years?
I think it's about 10 years. It's about 10.
They're about 5, 7 years, 10 years, at least for a certain period of time.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Is that not the case?
Yes, of course.
Now, why would you say they disappear?
Very well.
I'm saying, why will you say they disappear?
Well, if they are not seen, then I just think that they have disappeared. How I don't know. I don't know how they have got lost.
Mr. Jallow, there's no room for it getting lost. That's my point. The room does not exist. You have a cashier. You have a finance director.
Yes, we do.
You have all the necessary staff in the finance unit.
Of course.
You know that all these people, they run a cash book.
Yes.
And in the cash book, you will, before things that are recorded must be backed with, if it is a deposit, there must be a slip for it.
Yes.
So how will they be lost?
Well,
you have the issue of unpresented payment vouchers. It says supporting documents for payment vouchers amounting to $1,036,412.66 were processed during the period under review, and they have not been presented for, the documents there were not presented for the purpose of audit. And so the payments cannot be authenticated.
Okay.
Yes. Why would that be the case?
Well, I don't know. I don't know why they should be presented. If there are payments that are already been done, they should be presented.
So if you turn to page 11 of the report, there's a table there with respect to your financial statement for the year ended 31st December 2019.
Yes.
Is that your financial statement? Is that what you present?
That's income and expenditure account.
Is that what you present as your financial statement?
Well, that is what the audit have come up with from the finance department.
No, but it is your time.
Yes, it is my time. It is my time.
You are the CEO.
Yes, I am not denying anything.
I'm saying is that this what you present as CEO of Brikama in 2019 as your financial statement?
Yes.
It's less than. It's even quarter of the page.
Yes.
For the entire financial transactions of Brikama Area Council, this is what you can provide?
Well, this is the information we had.
Do you think it is a financial statement?
Well, I definitely cannot tell for certain.
You should know. You are one of the most, if not the most experienced administrator in the area council.
I agree.
If you don't tell us, then everyone that comes here will tell us the same thing. They will tell us they don't know, and they will have a good ground, because if you, the main person, the main one, the most experienced one, you can't tell us whether this is a private statement or not.
Yeah,
no one will.
You know, I cannot dispute this.
Dispute what?
Dispute this.
I know, but I'm just saying, looking at it now, do you think it is a financial statement?
Yeah, it is our financial statement.
Do you think this is a complete financial statement?
Well, I take it as a complete financial statement.
Genuinely?
Well, of course. Even if there are errors, that is it.
What is a financial statement?
Pardon?
What is a financial statement?
A financial statement describes your total revenue and your expenditure.
Okay.
Yes.
And there will not be any explanatory note?
There should be explanatory note as to,
For instance, you have in 2018, your income was 70 million,
Yes.
$17,038.
Yes.
How did you arrive at that?
That would lead me to the way that we prepare our budgets.
If you're telling us your income is 70 million, you must back it up.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Now we need to see how it is being backed up. How did you arrive at that?
Well, it is not something that is documented.
But how did you come up with the figure?
Yes,
you just guess the figure, you just guess the amount?
You look at the revenue heads.
Where is it here? In the
No, it's not here. Here it is how to call it? It is just summarized.
So the questions that I asked, why will it be summarized? The law says you have to provide a financial statement. Why will you summarize it?
Well, this is the This is the summary of the financial statement.
Okay.
A detailed one could also be provided, where you have all the revenue heads, each being clarified or identified with its amount, and of course the same would apply to the expenditure as well.
Are you saying that we give you time to provide the detailed one?
Well, I don't know whether the detailed one is there.
You have to. You
Well,
must
okay.
provide it.
Oh.
You should be in the position to provide it.
Okay.
If we are to all say that I don't know whether it exists, then anybody can just do your job, Mr. Jallow, and I don't think anyone can just do your job. Do you understand that? As CEO, for so many years, I just don't want to believe anyone can just occupy that office unless no one follows procedure. Are we together?
Yeah, of course we are. Yeah.
You see, let me draw your attention to page 64, section 912 of the financial manual. I don't think you have the financial manual with you.
No, I don't.
It says, the financial accounts and financial statements, you have the summary of receipts and payments. The opening cash and bank balance will be recorded on the receipt side. These figures will be extracted from the cash book. After recording the opening cash and bank balances, all the amounts received and posted to the general ledger from the monthly abstract books are recorded in head and subhead order. You have on the payment side, all the payments made in the year in head and subhead order will be listed. This is done by adding up all the ledger balances from the monthly abstract books and spreadsheet. Number 4, the next step is to record the closing cash and bank balances to arrive at the total of the payment side. For instance, you have in your financial statement, the one that is contained in the audit report, of course you have said there exists a more detailed one. Is that not the case? You have, for example, capital expenditure. In 2018, you have $9,975,506. Is that not the case?
Okay.
It says on the payment side, all the payments made in the year, in the head and the subhead order will be listed. This is done by adding up all the ledger balances from the monthly abstract book and spreadsheet. That's a process. That's why I asked, how did you arrive at this figure?
Yeah, that's what I have just explained. I said the detailed one should be there, and then from the detailed one you come up with a summary.
Why did you not then present that to the auditors if it was there, if it existed?
Well, this is what the auditors have. They have come with.
No, don't say that.
Well,
Mr. Jallow, don't say that.
What can I say anymore?
But you cannot say that. You and I know that if it is time for audit, you present all the documents. The law says
all the documents are provided for them.
But they said you have not provided a full financial statement. Hence their disclaimer. Hence the advance opinion. I had already read these things to you.
Okay.
I have done that. No. Feel free to disagree. You don't have to disagree to agree with me at all. We test the evidence. Is that not the case?
Yeah, that's it.
Yes,
yeah,
all I am doing, all we are doing is just to test the evidence. You don't have to agree.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Since it's not available here, I cannot deny.
Which means it does not exist.
Well, of course, very well.
Is that not the case?
Yes, that's the case.
So that's why when you come up with these figures and you don't have any back into these figures, it holds no water. It means you have spent millions of dollars of public funds, but you can't account for it. You cannot account for it. You cannot tell anyone where any dollars had been spent on. You can't. So all you do at the end of the day, I can do this. I can just try to come up with my laptop and just type income 20 million for the year 2018, expenditure 15 million, and that's it.
Yeah,
that says nothing.
Yeah, the breakdown must have to be there before you are able to get a summary.
Exactly. But the breakdown was never there in 2018.
Yes,
the breakdown was never there in 2009.
That is what the audit have not got, but it has to be there.
That what the
audit didn't have.
Sorry,
The audit.
sorry, Mr. Jallow.
Yeah.
I don't think I agree with what you said. Yes, because you have just said earlier on that there were no financial statements in 2018. And when we started after lunch, Council asked you whether there were financial statements. You said there was no financial statements. So if there are no financial statements, how would you arrive at, you understand, concise figures of what revenue you collected and what expenditure you've made over the year? Because I just want to inform you that witnesses have appeared before this commission and have said that the budgets were fictitious. Is that true? Because they were not based on any realistic figures. They were just estimations and projections that were made based on no tangible, no concrete, concise assessment or evidence based on financial statements and audits, internal audits made to that effect. Is that true?
I agree in totality. I was just trying to explain how the budget.
Yes, so now, because evident of that is this 2019 audit report, where you indicated accumulated fund. When you say accumulated fund, what do you mean?
Well, you know, this is the audit report.
No, it's not. Because the issue is, you presented this. This is not the audit report. You presented this information to the auditors. Is that not correct? Because the auditors cannot come up with these figures. You gave the auditors these figures based on some certain documents that you have presented to them. Is that not the case?
Yes, but at the level of the finance department.
Yes, but you are the overall.
Yes, I agree.
Yes,
I agree.
And the checks and the monies that come in and go out,
yes,
you authorize that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes,
absolutely.
And when the income comes in, you are notified that there is income.
Yes.
Because you see it in the bank accounts.
Yes.
You see it in the statements.
Yes.
When you are bereft of money, you authorize for overdrafts to be taken by the finance director. Is that not the case?
So
you are aware of the finances of the council.
That's correct.
So when you say accumulated fund here, what are you talking about? Because I don't understand.
Maybe it is referred.
No, if you don't understand, we can give you time to go and find out what exactly you meant when you said accumulated funds, because you have your assets, you have your liabilities, and you have balanced it out here. How come now you have accumulated a fund? You cannot explain to us when you have balanced out your balance sheet. How did you work it out?
Okay, I will liaise with the finance department.
So please write it down.
Yeah.
Thank you. You may proceed, Council.
Thank you very much. Yes, so are you saying you will now provide us with the financial statement for 2018, 2019, unless you are saying or confirming that they don't exist?
2018, 2019?
Yes.
Unless if I find out.
Go ahead.
Unless if I find out whether it's actually, it was actually there.
Now, what was the baseline for revenue in 2018? Do you know?
The baseline, no,
Yeah.
I can't offhead.
Offhand, where will you see that? How can you give us that information?
Well, maybe if I liaise with the director of finance, whom I found there and left there. So
yes, in what document will it be contained? Is it the assessment document?
The assessment document, I don't think so, because unless and until all the assessment documents are put together.
You don't put them together?
We should put them together.
So how you should?
That will represent the total revenue.
Do you put them together? Do you know in 2018 what the baseline was?
No, I can't offhand.
At the time, do you know what the baseline was?
No, I can't offhand.
2019?
No, I can't offhand.
Right, now, please give us...
Please note that so that you can provide that information. It's very important.
Okay.
Yes, so on page 14.
Page 14, okay.
Of the audit report.
Okay.
You have the revenues of council.
Yes.
You see that for rates and taxes there was a $24,814, $24,814,243.11 butoots. And you have for trade license $28,638,238. Rent and fees $22,238,798.21 butoots. Government rates $1,819,559.50 butoots. And other income $978,597. Interest $18,921.16 butoots. Now the receipt of revenue, the amount is $78,508,306.98 butoots. Can you explain to us?
What? Please explain what?
What I've shown you.
Yes, that is the revenue sources.
Yes.
of the council.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, how do you arrive at these figures?
I think these were the actuals, the actual collection.
The actuals. Yes. How did you arrive at that in this figure? With this figure?
The actual collections.
Yes.
Yes. So that's what we have collected for the period.
And this will be contained in the financial statement. Should be
there.
And it's not there. And the amounts you spent on operational expenses as well.
Yes.
The same thing. Because remember,
yes,
I had told you that if you have, for example, about $44 million of unpresented deposit slips. Sorry, yes. And $1,036,412.66 butoots of unpresented payment vouchers. How now do you, it means that for your operational expenses, the figures you have will not be correct.
Yeah, there must be differences.
Yes, there must be significant difference.
Yeah, of course.
Because if you have administrative expense, 6 million plus, direct public service, 1 million plus, environment, health and sanitation, 14 million, 284,141.37 butoots. But then you can't present deposit slips to back these things up. Where should your financial statement be relied upon?
The bank statement?
Yeah, why should these figures be relied upon? Why would anyone trust these figures when you have so many millions that you can't even account for? You have about $44 million that you can't even properly account for. But then you are telling us you have spent about $68,902,963 on operational expenses.
Well, my understanding is that the 44 million has already been paid into council's coffers.
It has already been
paid into council's coffers. Maybe the documentations are.
Let me read it again. It says deposits amounting to 44 million.
44 million.
29,000. That's on page 7.
Yes.
$29,746.76 were posted to the cash book, but the evidence of the deposits was not presented for our review. The transactions were in the cash book, whether it is from revenue or whatsoever.
Yes.
You can find it in the cash books.
Yes.
But then, what is in the cash book must be in the bank account, or at least there should be explanation as to where the money is.
So if I understand, it is saying that these monies are not even deposited in the bank.
There is no evidence of it being deposited into the bank. But then you have your operational expenses at 68 million plus.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
But you can't account for $44 million plus.
Yeah, but where can we get the 68 million expenditure then?
Now you are here.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. What I do believe.
That's why you are here.
Yes, what I do believe is the fact that the 44 million was already paid into council's coffers.
No, I now get that you don't understand. Are we together?
Well,
now read.
Of course, we are together.
Yes. Now read page. Hold a minute. Just page 7. Read page 7, where you have unpresented deposit slips.
Page 7.
Yes, of the 2019 audit report, national audit.
Page 7.
7, yes.
Unpresented deposit.
Yeah, unpresented deposit slips. That's one of the findings of the Auditor General. Are you there, sir?
No, I have not seen it.
Page 7. Page 7.
Oh, okay. Unpresented deposit slips.
Right.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes.
No, read.
That indicates that.
No, read. Just read.
Deposits amounting to deposits amounting to $44,029,746.76. My understanding is that
no, let me help you. Jallow.
Yes, please.
I know it's not easy, but again, feel free to make sure what your position is. You put it across so that the commissioners can hear your positions very, very well.
Yes.
Again, you don't have to agree with anything I say or anything we say here, but let's just see how we can arrive at what the fact is.
Yes.
So now what you do, just read the statement.
Yes.
Read the text.
That's what I'm reading.
Yes.
I am saying unpresented deposit slips.
Yes.
So that in itself is
Don't interpret. Just read first.
Unpresented deposit slips.
Yes.
Now, deposits.
Yes.
Amounting to $44 million, $229,746.76.
Right.
Were posted to the cash book.
Yes. Yes.
But the evidence of the deposit was not presented for our review.
So you are saying that means what?
That means the money is already in the council's coffers. Maybe the accounting process.
How do they know? The auditor would not know that because the auditor. The only way. Do you agree that if you deposit money into the account, the only way I will know is when I see the deposit slip?
Yeah, but he's already agreed that it's deposited.
No, it's called unpresented deposit slips. So now,
sorry, Khan. Mr. Jallow, I believe you understood very well what the auditor is saying at this point, right?
Well, what?
No. Let's just get this straight because entering in the cash book is different from depositing the money in the bank. Is that not correct?
That's correct. That's correct.
Is that not correct?
That's correct.
And we have got collectors, cash books stating one thing, and the deposit slip stating another thing, and the bank statement stating another thing.
Okay.
And sometimes the narrative in the cash book, you will not find the evidence in the bank statement.
Okay. Okay.
So what this is telling you is very clear. It's not ambiguous. It's saying that they have handwritten the fact that they have collected money. They wrote it in the cash book. But they cannot see it in the bank statement they presented to them, and they cannot see a deposit slip evidencing that these monies have been paid into the account. This is what this statement is saying, and you know this is exactly what the auditors are saying. Is that not correct?
Well, okay. Well, I still cannot.
No. But yes, you cannot understand. We don't dispute the fact that you could not have policed everybody. and you yourself, you know that. You could not have policed all the collectors. Were you able to police everybody?
No.
Were you able to make them account to every dalasi they collect in the field?
No, ma.
So if the auditors are being presented with your documents and they couldn't see this and they write it in their report, is that not a fair representation of what they have seen on the ground?
Yes, of course.
So, but that is just, we are just going the extra mile because what the auditors do is sampling. They just take some samples. Is that not the case?
Yes, very well.
Council, you may proceed.
Now, just to help you, Mr. Jallow, who was the receiving cashier or the principal cashier in 2018, 2019?
2019.
Is it Mr. Kantong Kante?
Kantong Kante, yes.
Yes. And the finance manager, is it?
Finance manager, when I was leaving, I think it's Suso.
Lamin Suso.
Yes, I think it's Lamin Suso.
Yes. So this issue of the deposit slips, the $44 million plus, as the cashier, what obtains? What should be done when he receives money? Mr. Kante, when he receives money, what should be done?
Well, in actual facts, as far as I know, Kantong is not supposed to receive physical cash.
Okay.
Now, what he is supposed to receive is monies that have already been paid into the bank.
But sometimes you don't pay these monies to the bank, so he has no option but to receive cash payment.
Maybe that is not to my knowledge.
No, because we know. Please proceed.
Yes, but the ones that come through my office are all payments.
Because we know that in 2018, 2019, in fact, most of the payments were done in the area council and not the bank. You started paying to the bank in 2020.
No. During my time, we were paying to the bank.
Revenue collectors in 2018, 2019.
Yes, they were paying to the bank.
You gave an instruction.
Yes, I did.
That they must pay the money to the bank.
Yes, I did.
Why would they all now say that did not obtain in 2018, 2019? It started in 2020.
No, they were paying. They were paying during my tenure in office.
You gave that instruction.
I gave that directive.
Do you have?
Well, I think it should be in the offices. But I can vividly remember that I gave that directive that all revenue should be paid to the bank.
Do you have? Was it a written directive?
That I should think so. I should think so to the Director of Finance and all the collectors for that matter.
Do you think you wrote to the Director of Finance?
Yes, I think it was a circular.
You are sure you have issued out a circular?
Yes.
Saying what?
Saying that all collectors are required to pay all monies collected to the bank.
Was that done?
Yes. As far as I know.
What does that mean? As far as I know, what does that mean?
Well, you just said that. You just. No, you just informed me that.
The difficulty we have.
As far as I know.
Yes,
they are all paid.
You see, the idea is just to understand what obtained, so we try to see how we rectify it.
Yes.
The difficulty I have is when you say as far as I know, it means you were not in control.
No, I was in control, but
if you were in control,
yes,
you will be definitive. Your answers will be very much definitive.
Yes,
you give a very precise answer as to whether that was the case or whether that was not the case.
That was the case.
That was the case. You gave out an instruction.
I gave out an instruction.
It was written instruction.
Correct.
To the Director of Finance.
Correct, Council.
Is it Alaji Jeng?
Yes, Alaji Jeng. Yes.
That all monies collected must be deposited
to the bank.
Then why was it the case that in 2018, 2019, if you look at the cash books of the revenue collectors, you will not see deposit slips there. You only see recordings or at most GTRs.
Well, they should be in a position to provide.
No, you should be. You are the CEO. You should be in the position to answer these questions.
Okay, all right, okay, I agree. Okay.
You agree about the fact, about what?
You said I should know.
Yes.
I said I agree. I should know.
So why were monies not deposited to the bank in 2018, 2019?
Well, I don't know, because I'm just knowing that there were monies that were not paid to the bank.
How comes You had managed the issue for 2 years.
Yeah, but I didn't know. I didn't know.
How comes?
How to call it, counsel, with definitely to be very frank, I am telling exactly what I know.
I appreciate that, Mr. Jallow. You see,
definitely.
It's not personal.
Maybe some of these activities, financial activities, have escaped me.
They have?
They escaped me. They happen. They could have happened, and then I am not aware.
They could have happened, and then?
I am not aware.
Let me show you some samples. This is just the cash book of one Mr. Mohammed Mustafa Juf.
Okay.
And I will show you from 2017 all the way. And to be fair, let me just try to swipe to 2018. Yes, there we have 2018. So I wouldn't show you 2017 when you were not present, correct? So you will only see GTR slip. You have seen that, sir?
Mustafa Juf, yes.
Yes. Do you see what I'm trying to say or express? Only GTRs, no deposit slips.
Yes.
In 2018.
That's correct.
That's correct? Do you want me to show you more? I have one for Aliu Sonko.
That's correct.
I'm saying, do you want me to show you more?
No. This alone is enough. I don't know how these things happen. And you see, for him, well, I would have to accept responsibility, but because, for him, I have not seen anywhere, or not much, not many, where he has come to my office for checking, because normally I do sign as.
But again, you see,
in this case,
this is the problem. You find you don't know these things were occurring in the beginning. That probably would have been okay, yes. But you have ways and means of knowing that they occurred. You did not follow the law to make sure you know what obtains in your backyard. But then, worst of all, you had instances where revenue collectors were found wanting. All you did was to ask them to pay back.
Yes.
So instead of administering the area council to make sure you save the public from fraudulent activities of individuals, you more or less negate from your responsibility, sir. Correct?
Not necessarily neglecting from. Maybe they just escape me.
They cannot escape you when you had the opportunity. You had the opportunity. Remember, you had instances where there were fraudulent practices happening in the area council.
Yes.
It was detected. It was brought to your notice. You didn't take action.
I did.
You did not.
I did. Maybe it was not too.
Please use the microphone.
Yes, maybe I did, but maybe it was not enough.
It is not about enough. You did not, because all you had to tell them is to pay back. You caught thieves and asked them to pay back.
Yes.
And no evidence of them in fact paying the money, but you even caught thieves and asked them to pay back. They pay back and steal again. You ask them to pay back again, and they continue going to the field where they will steal. You know the saying in the Gambia, "Fought again like before leke." Where you tie the cow also, that's why they make their money. Everyone believes in that. Most people believe in that. Is that not the case?
Yes.
No one tries to correct the system.
Can I please take note of this and make inquiries as to why this has happened? Because
you can. You have the information now. You can.
Huh?
I said you can go ahead. You have all the information, and that's only a sample. I have all of this to show you in 2018, 2019, monies were not deposited into the bank. That's a fact. And now that you know, is that not correct? Now that you agree?
Yes.
Good. Please note that down.
Thank you, Counsel.
You're welcome. Now, you said, now Kantong receives money and does what with the money?
Excuse me?
When Kantong, as the cashier, receives money,
yes, please.
What does he do with it?
No, well, my knowledge about Kantong's role as cashier is he does not receive physical cash.
Now I'm telling you he does.
Okay, fine. If
He
he does,
issues out those receipts.
if he does, then I think what this, he should do is to pay it to the bank.
What you should do is to?
To pay it to the bank.
Yes. Now I'm asking you, what obtained in 2018 and 19? When your cashier receives money, what do they do with it?
When the cashier receives money?
Yes.
Well, that is between him and the director of finance. He should pay to the director.
Sorry, Mr. Jallow. Sorry to interject.
Yes.
I am a bit lost here. I just want clarity. If you say you are not aware that Kantong receives money from the collectors, is it not the same administration has instructed that they come to the council for reconciliation after collecting money from the field in the week to the auditor and the principal cashier?
Well, it's very possible because this is just coming to me.
No, Mr. Jallow, you got to tell us. Was that not the situation?
Yes, it could have
Was
been.
that not the situation that collectors will collect and bring the money to the council and do reconciliation, and the monies will be taken to the bank by the staff of the finance department? Was that not the case?
Well, that could be the case. That could also be the case.
No, I'm
in
asking,
this case.
is that not the case?
Yes.
Thank you. Because we know that is the case.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
All right. So thank you. Council, you may proceed.
Yes. Any questions? No. Now, you have your 2019. Please turn to.
Sorry, let me just ask here before you go much further. Mr. Jallow, you, in your trial balance of 2019, you have indicated that, let me put it this way, why would you understand, classify rates and licenses? Why would you record rates and licenses as debit balances in your trial balance?
Debit balances?
Yes. Your rates and licenses were recorded in as debit balances in your trial balance. Take a look at it. And tell us why that happened.
You see, unfortunately, I'm not a financial man, so.
Okay.
I'm not a financial man, so
Yes. Okay.
I would need to engage the director of finance.
It's finance to tell you.
Yes, to
Yes,
tell me.
because there have been a lot of financial malpractice.
Yes.
In the trial balance.
Yes.
As there are so many areas, such as you had reported, you understand, in your trial balance that there was a significant difference between your current asset balance, which was 3,539,087 in your balance sheet, and then there is a variance of 3,621,755.58, and by the time the auditor for 2019 finalized their audit report and sent you the final draft, you did not reconcile that.
Yes.
And you did not notice that, because I recall in the morning you said you responded to all the audit queries.
Yes, I do.
So did you miss this point?
Maybe the response must be there.
The response wasn't there, because up to the time they sent their final report, these variations were not dealt with. And then there is also a very serious issue. If you look at your long-term, there is the long-term liabilities, which amounted to 2,332,725.99 bututs. this was not presented in the balance sheet, right? But when you go to page 11, which is your financial statement for the year ended, you have under your accumulated fund, negative 4 million, that is, which is in deficit, minus negative 4,488,833.70. I cannot understand how it cumulated into this negative 4 when you presented in your trial balance that your accumulated funds were negative 2,711,149.8. And you revised that amount downward to negative 2,332,735.9 in the statement that is in your balance sheet, with no reasons given for the negative balances. And all of these things, the Director of Finance did not explain to you why he was using this, why he was doing all of this?
No, he didn't. And that's why I need to engage him so that, as I said, I'm not a financial man. But what I can confirm here is the fact that, Council's accounting system is not as accurate as it should be. Because if you look at, if you come to assets, you want to deal with assets.
Yes.
There are a lot of
Which
things.
page? Refer me to the page, please.
Excuse
The
me?
assets.
Yes.
You refer me to the figures. Exact
No,
assets in the
no, I'm just making a statement.
Yes, okay.
Yes, I am saying that if you look at the asset side, you would have seen, regardless of the fact that I'm not a financial man, but I know that if there are areas, for example, there are monies due to the council,
Yes.
That should be reflected if the figures are known.
Yes.
That's one. Now, if you go to this side of the liabilities,
Yes.
institutions and other revenue areas,
Yes.
that are also, a liability supposed to pay to the council.
Yes.
That should also form part of the assets. Now, if you come to if council is owing,
Yes.
or council has other, negative,
Yes, but if you go to Mr. Jallow, if you go to page 15 of your own capital expenses,
yes,
you could see that your debtors
yes,
for staff loan 1/6.
yes,
Your staff loan was 2,965,956.19. This you indicated as were your debtors. And when you look up,
yes,
your bank and cash, your trust bank, OM, was, your cash was 19,588.47. Your trust bank, OM, was 17,857.48.
absolutely.
Your Access Bank was 137.73. That is your bank and your cash.
Yes,
Right?
yes,
Then when you go to your creditors,
yeah,
you have income tax and Brikama Area Council Credit Union, which total to 730,292.68. Then you have your bank overdrafts,
Yes.
which totaled to 3,621,755.58.
correct.
Right?
Correct.
So here there is some serious misrepresentation. Did you
Yes.
accept?
Yes.
Do you accept
yeah,
the
I do, very well, I do,
Thank you.
I do.
You can proceed.
Do I still proceed? I see it's just 4. Do we proceed?
After. Yes, I just want. Yes, just proceed, and let me just ask him one more question on this.
Yes. Now, Mr. Jallow,
Yes, please.
on page 10.
On page 10.
Yes, so we'll discuss 2 issues. One is the issue regarding improper payment voucher filling, and the other is in relation to staff profile.
Okay.
The first is on page 10. It says, during our review of the sample of payments, we noted the following irregularities.
I don't have page 10.
You don't have page 10?
I don't have page 10. I have page 9.
Page
Only
9.
page 9.
Yes, this happens. Sometimes
and,
perhaps it's the printing. I also.
Sorry, okay, go ahead. I don't have page 10, yeah.
Okay. It says most vouchers from our sample were missing from the voucher files, and were therefore not tested. Now, it will show you Annex 1.
Yes.
Please turn back to the last pages. You will see Annex 1.
To the last pages, yeah.
Yes, Annex 1.
The very last or the
You're there?
page?
Page 44.
44, okay. Thank you.
Are you there?
Yes, I am.
So, for example, the missing payment vouchers, you will see the voucher number PV 2020 stars 091. The details: Mustafa Mane, being hiring of vehicles for waste collection from Tanje to Bakote, dump site, as per attached, $94,500. Now, you also have Malik Njai, payment for repair of power tanker, $3,000. You have $28,650 being February part salaries. Yeah, so the list goes on. But these vouchers, they could not be traced. You understand? Now, your response, say you have said that the visit by the audit team coincided with the visit of GPPA,
Yes.
compliance review team. Therefore, all vouchers could not be readily available to both teams at the same time. The vouchers are traced as stated in the Annex 1. Now, these vouchers are available for your inspection. Right?
Yes.
There was a further comment from the Auditor General's Office. Now, contrary to the management's response, only a few payment vouchers will have been presented to us with the response. This reduced the total unpresented vouchers from 1,613,021.54 buduts to 1,036,412.66 buduts. Now you have an outstanding amount. So this amount of 1,036,412.66 buduts could not be accounted for because there are no vouchers for that.
The vouchers must have to be there. If the expenditure is already done, maybe the Directorate of Finance
don't say that.
Could not provide it.
Yes, but you don't say the expenditure is already done. The voucher is the evidence, perhaps, of the expenditure to a certain extent.
Yes, of course.
Is that not the case?
Of course, very well.
Yes, so once you don't have a voucher, you don't have the supporting documents, it is assumed that all that was done was withdrawals of monies, but whether it was expended, as they will always say, council's expenses. And no one can tell you what the term council's expenses means, because there is no explanation for council's expenses, no meaning for that, as far as I'm concerned. Is that not the case?
Correct.
There's nothing like council's expense. What you have is proof of expenses.
Absolutely.
If you pay salary,
that's correct.
there must be proof. If you buy a laptop, there has to be proof.
Absolutely.
If you pay anyone, any contractor, there must be proof.
That's correct.
But there is no expenditure head classified as council's expenses. Correct?
Well, I think that's very vague. That's correct.
So for this amount, how will we now account for it? I said, let me ask you as a CEO.
Well, unless and until we see the voucher. If we see the voucher, that's the time that we'll be able to.
If you see, we are saying there's no voucher.
I take it that there should be a voucher.
You responded to it.
I don't think you can pay somebody without a voucher.
You are saying there's no room for fraud.
Pardon?
You are saying there's no room for fraud.
No, I'm not saying that.
Is there a room for fraud?
But how can one?
Is there a room for fraud?
There is. Of course, you are always vulnerable.
Do you agree the council is vulnerable?
It's
to
vulnerable,
fraud?
Of course, very well.
Which means a certain payment
could be fraudulent.
Could be faulted.
Yes.
Exactly. So now don't say you don't know how a payment can be done without the voucher. And I must say that if you look at your responsibilities as CEO, it seems to be much heavier than you think, much bigger than you think, Mr. Jallow.
Yes, of course.
On page 8, it says that
On page?
8 of
okay.
the financial manual.
Okay, all right, okay.
And I will read to you.
Yeah, please.
As the accounting officer of council, he or she, in this case you shall be responsible for the general management and supervision of the financial and accounting operations of the councils.
Correct.
And the safeguarding of council's assets in accordance with the relevant laws. Now, he is personally responsible for A, the due performance of the financial duties of council.
That's right.
B, the observance by employees of councils of all financial and accounting instructions issued from time to time.
That's correct.
C, the proper disbursement of such monies from the purchase of goods or acquisition of services for the day-to-day administration of the council.
That's correct.
So the idea that I don't know is not tenable, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
That was what I meant when I said whatever the finance director knows that you know. So it's either you know or you ought to have known.
Well, he may know more than I do, since
then you are not effective and you are efficient.
I am not a financial man.
But you sign
Yes,
these checks.
I do.
You sign all these payments. No payment can be done without you knowing.
Yeah, sometimes I rely on him.
You what?
I rely on him.
No payment can be done without you knowing what the payment is for.
No, that's correct. That's correct. No,
Right?
no denial on that.
Yeah,
That's absolutely.
exactly.
You are correct.
That is why, if we are to be honest to you, if this $1 million plus cannot be traced, what should you be? Who do you think should be responsible?
Well, I don't know unless and until we are able to work it out and see where the fraud is.
Where the fraud is?
Yes.
Yes, if we're lucky to know where the fraud is, then we can get somebody responsible. But how about if we don't know where the fraud is?
Well, I assume responsibility, even if it does not go into my pocket.
Yes, from what you are saying, Mr. Jallow,
Yes.
I don't want to believe this has gone through your pocket. That's why I am not saying it. You can be sure
Yeah,
that if
but
that is in my head, I will say it.
Yeah,
Trust
but
me.
I will have to take responsibility.
I'm just saying that if I believe that a particular transaction has gone to your pocket,
Yeah.
you can be rest assured I will say it.
Yeah, but if
I didn't say it because I didn't think so.
yeah,
That's independent from what the commissioners think.
that's correct.
Yes.
That's correct.
Because my job is limited to just testing your evidence and confronting you with evidence.
That's
It
correct.
has no binding effect, correct?
Yes. Okay.
Yes. Now, the other issue,
Yes, before you proceed, on the issue of the vouchers, Mr. Jallow,
Yes, ma'am.
do you countersign? Is there any portion in the voucher that indicate that you, as the CEO, must countersign that portion?
All vouchers are supposed to be signed up. That's the approval. You would realize that.
Are you, as the CEO, supposed to sign,
I am.
as provided for in the manual, every voucher before you sign the check?
Of course.
So, but are you aware that there's so many vouchers that don't have your signature, and at the end of the day, the voucher is attached as a supporting document to a check that you have released for a particular transaction? What do you explain with regards to that situation?
I am not sure whether we did put the cart before the horse.
But we have seen that.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm just I'm just approving on what you are saying.
Okay.
That if that has happened, then we put the cart before the
There
horse.
has been vouchers that have been put
Yes.
across to
Yes.
the finance director, the finance manager, some vouchers which don't bear your signature, and checks were drawn to that effect.
That's correct. That's correct. I don't know how it would happen, but I would accept the fact that the cart is put before the horse.
Yes,
Which is-
I think
which is not correct.
yes, I think this is a convenient point to stop. So we will continue tomorrow. So please be in touch with the the current CEO to get us the financial statement of the land transfers.
Yes, sorry, I have an appointment with them. All the directors I have worked with, I have got in touch with them. So
yes, but for the current one that is here, since he is the signatory at the bank as we speak,
yes,
he should write to the bank and request for the statement of the transfer of lands
yes,
account be forwarded to the commission.
yes, that's what I'm saying, ma. I am just appealing.
Yes.
That you know, some of they are
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And I have just engaged them for all of us to go to the council and be able to find out all these things and the documentation. So I am not so. How long are you going to give me to come back?
Yes, when you come tomorrow, we will decide on that.
So I'll come back tomorrow.
Tomorrow, you are coming back tomorrow.
Okay.
We may rise.